We are live. We are live. It is Tuesday night. This is the first show, the first professionals for 2023. And guys in the green room in the back were making fun of me because they don't know what year it is. But it is 2023. And what we're going to do is we're going to do something fun. We're going to go kind of over 2022 highs and lows, each one of us. And then we're going to get into kind of where we're going to be in 2023. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys are in for a great show. And notice my glasses are low, so I'm looking down them like an old man. Look at all the reflections. This is horrible. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to start introducing the professionals. If you guys don't know, this is a weekly show that 6 of us do. And it rotates. So each one of us have a YouTube channel. And so we kind of take turns hosting every week. So this is my week to host. And we haven't done a show in a while, so I'm a little rusty, but it'll be fun. We'll be okay. We'll get through it. And so without further ado, let's introduce the old man Winter, Mr. Wraith of God, Mr. Aaron Lopresti. What's up, Mr. Lopresti?
Well, like many of the bros, I have a dog who's going ape crazy in the background right now. It's perfect timing. You know how they are. I'm waiting for yours to kind of sneak up from the Lazarus pit there and attack at any moment from behind. But mine is preoccupied with the front door. Apparently heard something outside. But yeah, Happy New Year. I'm ready to rock and roll. This should be a fun show talking about past and future.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, where we're going to be in 2023. This is always fun because also we can look back at this show and go, man, we exceeded our plans. Yes. So let's get some booming. Let's get some booming in here. Some Fraga and some booming. And here we go, man. How you doing, Dan Fraga?
Great. Happy New Year's, brothers.
Are you booming?
You found me.
You found me. I'm here.
It's got a groovy Rocketeer shirt on too. Look at
that. If you guys don't know, Dan doesn't do a lot of YouTube in these days because he's working on his book, Pineapple Perception, Black Flag, and he's working his ass off, and it's looking good. But he's not doing a lot of YouTube in these days, so I put together an ad for this show and put Dan Fraga on a milk carton. And we found him, and he's here. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's like Dan is suddenly nowhere to be found, and Kelsey Shannon, who's usually missing in action, is everywhere. It's like you guys could be like yin and yang kind of going on there.
Or they're the same person.
Could be.
I just got to hide my smokes and my big beer in my swamp.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into he's the first man, but he's never the last man. And he is the creator of Kordrath, The Reckoning, the Medalist comic in CG. And this man doesn't really need an introduction, but he's going to get one anyway. Mr. Andy Smith.
Hello, Happy New Year. It is Andy Baby New Year Smith. It's the one time a year when having a micro penis works because I'm the Baby New Year. So I can at least match up with the baby.
It's always penises with you.
It's Andy's always just gotta downgrade the show,
What are you talking about? I use medical terms and everything.
I'm surprised you're not in a diaper.
How do you know? Do you want me to stand up?
No.
How do you think I get so much work done? Adult diapers, baby. I don't have to leave my desk.
It's all about
you were using Trucker's friend, the good old Gatorade bottle.
Well, I'm looking
That's not lemon lime.
I'm looking down at the next guest, and he's got disgust all over his face.
As he
bring
should.
Graham in.
As he should. Just bring him in.
Just bring him in. Let's see the contempt. The contemptuous Graham Nolan.
Good stuff.
Not sure how to verbalize it that way, Andy, but
That's
Hey Art, thanks for hosting all those baldies tonight.
Yeah,
that's right.
Shit. Yeah, I'm the odd man out. Yeah, where's Billy Tucci when you need him?
Past Master Dan says you can't poop into a Gatorade bottle until you have.
I would say if you have,
you can poop anywhere if you have to.
Yeah, if you have a
That's for
dose of the
sure.
runs, you could probably.
Wow,
make it work.
what kind of this? We haven't even been on air 5 minutes, and this
You know,
show
I
is
saw
just
this
I blame
this
Andy.
meme. A friend of ours, Ollie Garza, posted it. It was, you know, those He-Man memes. Someone made a She-Ra meme that said, "Ladies, remember, don't run with scissors, and especially don't scissor with the runs."
Oh, gross.
Oh,
Just bringing it up, Andy.
You just erased everything I said in the beginning.
Elevated.
Oh my
Elevated.
gosh!
Yeah.
What a show! What a show, folks!
We're starting off with the
He gave
diapers.
up dinner for this.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
can only go up
I'm having
from
pot
here.
roast.
It can only go up from here.
Well, we still have Billy to introduce, so
Oh boy!
he'll drag it back down.
No,
Yeah,
Well, it's been a
Probably.
while since we've all been together. What a bit, like 3 weeks, something like that.
yeah. It
2?
feels,
no,
it
2
feels
weeks. We
good.
just skipped 1 week, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta hold on, you guys. I gotta get that squeaker away from the dog.
All right, be careful, Art. Don't let him attack you.
Now, Art vacates his own show.
Art's going to come back bleeding profusely.
Deleted, yeah.
From
Half
the-
a nose
He should
missing.
he should see if he was really into this show. He'd pull a Ric Flair, cut himself with a razor blade, where it just pours down your face right here.
Yeah. Or they have.
But it leaves-
little
You know,
Kelly
things nick
1481.
themselves. Look at
Said,
that.
Those
Hey,
poor
hey,
guys all had
hey,
scars
hey,
all over their
hey,
foreheads from
thank
cutting
you so
themselves.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Pot roast and carrots.
Ooh, it's done. Look at that.
oh, that's
looks
healthy
good.
eating.
Where's the
Yes.
potatoes? You not doing any starch?
No carbs. baby.
Okay.
Get
No
rid of the
sugar, no
starch.
booze.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm having healthy fats.
That's
and if
it.
you want to learn about healthy fats, I know Graham's doing a stream all about it.
That's right. Tomorrow it gets posted.
I'm,
Fat is your friend.
What
I'm
gets
gonna-
posted?
I'm doing a live stream on unhealthy fats, starring me.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing one on Fats Domino. That's weird.
It's another one.
I love Fats Domino.
And then somebody's doing one on Minnesota fats.
Yeah, just keeps on going.
You guys talking about Graham's new YouTube show?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow's
Get healthy
show is
with
gonna
Graham.
be focusing on fat, saturated fat, and why it's good for you.
Well, you gave me the permission to eat eggs every morning. My wife's like, you shouldn't do that, but I do it.
You can. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing,
Nothing
wrong.
wrong with it.
I
Now
love
there
it.
might be something wrong with trans fats, but we don't want to get into that.
Trans
No,
fat.
because what were they before they were trans fat?
That's
Were they
fine.
just
They
you
weren't
know.
skinny. We know that.
That's not good. That's not good. So you guys had a good Christmas? Had a good holiday season?
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You never know.
we had a blizzard, so
That's true.
we couldn't get together with the family because everybody was snowed in. We had hurricane force winds, and just it was really bad. There was snow drifts up as high as telephone poles.
Holy
I
shit.
have to ask you, Graham. I saw a picture of somebody open their front door, and it's just a wall of snow. Is that's a
That's real. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
where I'm at, I'm about 25 minutes south and east of the city of Buffalo, and I'm what's in the snow belt. And we typically get, when the storms come, we get hit worse than Buffalo. But this storm actually hit Buffalo and the outer ring there, Cheektowaga, Williamsville, Amherst, that area. They got clobbered.
I
And
thought
my
Miami
daughter-
was the snow belt.
It's a
Miami.
different kind of
That's
snow.
a snowbird belt.
Yeah, it's different.
I have to say, the contrast. You showed these photos of you in a Canoe-like blizzard, and then there's a picture of you chilling in Matacumba Key in the back of your truck with a cigar like 2 days later.
And the
Yeah.
snow's almost gone.
Yeah.
I was like, how did all that melt so fast? Where'd it go? I couldn't believe it.
Some
Well, it
crazy.
was about a week. Took about a week, but it was 50 degrees when I was sitting in the back of the truck having my cigar,
Yeah.
and it was
Wow.
minus 20 with the wind chill during the storm. So what? You talk about a huge difference, huh?
Well, when we were moving from California, I told my wife, nowhere where it snows. I cannot handle it. And also just the idea that you could get blocked in, like snow could literally just all four walls and you can't get out of your own house. That's frightening, man.
That's crazy.
There are people that
Yeah.
die, right? I mean, they can't get out, or they get covered.
Yeah, or
stuck
you
in
know,
a
like
storm.
some people's doors collapsed or windows collapsed because of the wind and the snow piling up, and then once there's egress, then you know all you got no heat in your house because it and
Mhm.
the cold. You're, you know, 30. I think 31 people last time I saw died in Buffalo.
And what's
Yeah.
up with all
with
those
the wind,
houses?
it would just blow that blizzard right in your house, right?
Oh
Like if the
yeah,
window was broken.
if your window busted or something, yeah. I mean, it was a 70-mile-an-hour gust.
Where
You know,
were those
you can't-
houses
you
that
can't
look
pick
like they
something
were
up.
frosted in sugar?
Yeah,
Like they're just, where were those? Those by you?
They're
No.
on the coast. Like the
They were
coast.
they were on the coast of
Oh.
Lake Erie, right?
Oh man,
yeah,
they
yeah,
look like they were
they're on the
coated
shore
in.
of Lake Erie.
Yeah,
They looked like drippy, like hot sugar was poured
yeah,
all over them.
yeah.
It's frightening. Yeah, I don't want to die in a blizzard. And then, like I've told the story, the first winter we were here, we left California on Christmas Day. We get here 4 days later, and within like a week after we moved in, it snowed here. It hasn't snowed here in like 50 years.
I remember you showed pictures after you moved in of the snow in your backyard. Yeah.
It was crazy, man. It was so crazy.
And right then, Art was like, "We're moving. Put the house on the market." And Pam was like, "No."
Oh,
Taco
and then also I
Tuesday.
did some research. Like the other thing was no gators, and there's Lake Conroe, and there's gators, around.
But I'd rather have gators than rattlesnakes, dude. At least the gators, they're big enough you can see them coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can hear them too. And
Yeah.
you know, they get pretty loud when they're in mating season.
They'll hiss, right? They
roar.
oh they
Wait, when they're
roar.
banging?
Yeah,
they
man.
roar.
Feed them raw chickens, entertain the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh my god.
Or small dogs, either or.
Yeah, whatever you've got handy.
I actually
right.
wouldn't mind like popping one and then cooking it on the grill. I would like that.
Okay.
You know what? We have a coyote was spotted on my block the other day. A guy was walking his dog, and he had this little shit dog, and he turned around. And he saw this coyote stalking him, so he stuck the dog in his car, and then he grabbed a broom or shovel or something like that and chased the coyote down the block. But the coyote is as big as a large dog.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." He said
When they
it's as
come
big
in
as like a Alaskan. What do they call those things?
Husky?
Husky. Yeah.
We've got packs of those things running through our neighborhood. I went to the airport at 4 a.m. I don't know, it was a year or two ago, I think, is the last time I saw them. We have a little park up in our neighborhood where the kids play, and there was 3 of them just right through the park at 4 a.m. wandering around, because we have deer wandering down here from the hillsides, and we got coyotes, and yeah, it's I'm just waiting for the big bears to show up and just terrorize our neighborhood, but we haven't seen any of those yet.
Get nervous letting Pumpkin out at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so I've got a really like a 1500 lumen flashlight, so I scan out there to look for eyes in the night and stuff like that. And I'm thinking of actually putting my pistol by the back door.
Have you seen those flashlights that are so intense? They're like a laser, and you can actually start a fire with them and shit.
Oh yeah, they pop
And you
balloons.
can focus the beam so intense that they'll actually start a fire.
Wow, I have not
I'm gonna
seen
get
that.
one.
That would be cool, man.
No, I
Those
want one.
coyotes are hungry if they're
No, I
coming
want
in
one
their
too now.
neighborhood.
Set a coyote on fire, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, my hot-
Yeah, and they will. They'll attack smaller dogs. It depends on how hungry they get.
Yeah.
Are you sure your dog isn't a coyote, Art?
When we first got him, we thought he was like bred with some kind of wild animal.
It's like a dingo or something, man. Look
That
at
dog
it.
is wild. Have you gotten his nuts chopped off yet?
Yeah, he's nutless.
If you have
Wow,
little
he stole that
kids, you gotta
crazy.
watch out
Yeah.
too.
He's actually a good dog.
Hey,
Somebody
the guys, Randy Howell and Jerry Rasco, are mentioning that there's a hybrid, and I just heard about that too. That it's a hybrid wolf coyote. That
Oh shit!
yeah, so that's why they're bigger. You know,
they got-
Oh, that's-
maybe more aggressive.
He's thinking of the Wisconsin dog man, I think.
Those are human size.
Yeah.
They got quite an appetite.
So yeah, in Woodland Hills in California, some 2-year-old kid, they were unloading their car, and the kid was on the driver's side, and the parents were on the passenger side, and a coyote came up and tried to snatch the kid away, and the dad had to, scare the coyote off.
I read that.
Yeah, it was awful. I saw the footage. Scared as a father of a 3-year-old. Scared.
Yeah, imagine seeing a coyote dragging your kid away.
Oh, imagine me killing all the coyotes. All the time.
Yeah.
I guess it depends how many kids you have. I mean, if you have a lot of kids, you might be like,
Don't
what's
like
one
this one
less?
so much.
What's one less? I'll just act like I didn't see it. Close the door slowly.
Yeah,
Did you ever see that video of the eagle that swoops down and
Yes.
the kid in the park?
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
he can't lift the kid completely off the ground, but the kid is
Yeah.
The eagle is going like this, and it's kind of going down a hill.
Yeah.
And the mother is screaming and running after him and stuff, and he eventually lets go because he can't get enough lift to get up because the kid was too heavy. But
Would you see that video? This just happened last month of she looked like she was 7 or 8, the girl on the porch that was getting attacked by a raccoon. And then the mother came out, and got the kid inside, just picks up the raccoon and just throws the damn thing.
Oh my God.
Dude, it is awesome looking.
We had one Christmas where it was snowing out, and this is like 20 some years ago when we were up before we went to CrossGen, and we had bought Josh all these like Hot Wheel the Hot Wheel gas station and the Hot Wheel this
Oh,
and
yeah.
and they were like 10 times bigger than we thought, so we ended up having to put it all over the kitchen floor. So we're assembling it at night, in the middle of the night. I don't know, it was like 2 a.m. or something, and this Shelly had 2 of her shoes out by the sliding glass door on the outside. We had a porch out there, and it was snowing, and this raccoon came up and stole both of her shoes. And we remember calling the critter getter. They're like, don't mess with raccoons. He goes, because they crap in the woods like a bear does, of course, but they get it all over their tail, and their tail is just so full of bacteria and crap. He's like, if you get scratched or bit by one of those things, you can get a serious infection and die from it. So it's like, don't mess with raccoons. They are filthy. So he said, just let them take your shoes. So we let him take.
When we first moved here, I had an encounter like almost face to face with a raccoon, and so I'm going out to the garage, and I look over, and there's a raccoon, and then it stands up and looks right at me, and I'm like, okay, it's cool.
It's cool.
Right? And so I start backing up, and as I'm backing up, it's moving forward. And I keep moving back, and I start moving a little faster, and it's keeping pace with me. And then I'm like, oh shit! It's like one of Graham's stories. I turn around, and I run to the door, and so as I'm running, this thing's chasing me, and I'm like, oh shit! And I go, I only have one chance because it's so close to me. Like I don't want to get it in the house. So as soon as I got in the door, I slammed it closed. That thing hit the door, and then it was glass so you could see through it. And then it just kind of like looking up, and then it knew to grab it. We had like levers for the door. It weren't knobs that you turn.
Dude, it's like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and it was slapping the thing. And I'll tell you, we don't have that lever outside of that door anymore. Yeah, it's a knob. You have to turn that sucker.
wow.
Yeah, and then my wife's like, we should feed her.
Was there a
No.
I mean, the fact that it chased you was probably mean it was rabid. Because
or
That's the other
or
thing,
they
man.
could have had a tree in tow saying, I am Groot. You don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It's like even like squirrels and stuff are like, oh, they're so cute, unless they're rabid. It's like, hey, I don't want anything to do with any of them rodents crawling around, possums, things like that. It's like, ugh.
Possums are awesome.
Yeah, unless they bite you and you get rabies, and it's not so great.
My daughter loves possums. The good thing about possums is I don't think they get rabies actually, and they'll attack snakes. They actually will fight snakes.
Well, they're still ugly though.
They are ugly as sin. And I got, come here, Arrow. Give me the squeaker. He's got a
Come here, Arrow. Come here, little guy. Just give Daddy the squeaker.
Well, we should get into the show. I'm glad everybody had a great holiday season, and I'm kind of glad it's gone. It's in the rear view, and I don't have to decorate or worry about all that stuff. But there he is. There he is. The teen sensation himself.
Salud, boys!
hey, Tucci!
Happy New Year!
Has everybody de-decorated their house already? Trees down?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Sunday, for us.
End of January, maybe.
End of January.
Wow.
There are
Hey,
some
good.
people that start putting them up in like September.
I used to leave it up year round, man. Then I didn't
no,
have to take care
no,
of it.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't be one of them.
Hey, Billy, I found my hotel bell when I was, I spent some of the holiday cleaning the garage and getting things. Found the cover to Cyberfrog #3, the original, just in my garage, which was really
What?
weird. Yeah, for real.
Shit, dude.
No,
And
joke.
it's not present, so you can hold it up and show us.
I can get it. But I found my hotel bell. It goes ding, and I was like, that'd be funny to have a ding, 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 and then annoying.
We all have one.
Yeah, it's annoying, right?
Yeah. Let me go get that cover. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm really jealous that Ethan got a gong. Like
I
I've
know.
dreamt about having a gong. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one now to show him up.
I bought a gong. I think it cost me like $25 on Amazon, and it's a piece of shit. So we probably spent like $100, $200 on it.
Yeah, I want to get like one of those big old Zildjian gongs. The reason he's barking at me is I got my foot on his squeaker. He's like getting frustrated.
Oh,
Put on the back of his neck, showing him his boss.
Yeah, well, Billy, we're going to do it like a year in review. So we're going to go a little bit back in time for 2022 and kind of give a highlight of what we were up to at that time. And then we're going to kind of move into the future a little bit and show like a little teaser of 2023. And I know that I think on you just put up some of your future projects. So maybe we can shine a little bit of extra light on those.
Yeah, I'll share that update, I guess. That's what I'll do.
Well, you have artwork too. So I know that Graham posted some stuff up earlier as well, like Joe Frankenstein and things. And we can do that. Listen to him. He's not happy. He's bummed out. Well, I'm going to pass.
Oh, look at that.
I know he's
Poor
a
dog.
so sad.
Art, you're so
So
mean.
cruel, Art. So cruel.
Jeez.
Well, we can listen to him cry or we can listen to this thing squeak.
Let's hear the lamentations of your dog.
The lamentations.
Yeah, he's a good puppy though. But let's see what Old Man Winter has. So let's go back. Let's give a little highlight reel on 2022. What you've been working on, what you were doing, and then we'll do the round robin.
Well, if we're going to talk about memories, for 2022, that was like my very first fulfillment, and you go through the process of, it's one thing setting up the campaign, it's one thing promoting like crazy, you're doing the work, you're doing the book. But then when that book shows up from the printer and it's not messed up, it's perfect, or at least, it's what it's supposed to be. What? Right. Stick of it, not perfect, but at least it was what I thought it was going to be. I mean, that was a feeling of accomplishment and elation that I'd have to go way back in time to sort of replicate, So that was the good. And then sort of the excitement of, you really break your back during, especially if you don't have much help, you really break your back during fulfillment, getting all that stuff out, and you want to get it out as quickly as possible. And you learn a bunch of stuff, of course. But that was really the highlight for me. We all had printing difficulties, right? And delays and stuff we had to deal with that we weren't prepared to deal with. But boy, I'll tell you, when that book showed up, and that made my year, And so that's definitely the highlight. I will say, I don't know if I shared this before, I probably did, but I live on a bit of a slope, right, on our street. And the truck came and delivered the books, and I had 3,500 copies, right, of Wraith of God. Mm-hmm. And they were all on one pallet. Yeah. If you can believe that, which I thought was insane, right? Well, the guy parks the truck so that
it's like a tower, right?
Is going down, right? So he goes into the truck to get the thing, and I'm standing out there. He loses control of the pallet. It starts rolling out the truck, right? And there's the lift down there that it sits on, and then you lower it down. So it is hurtling. It's like the Grinch. It's hurt. I thought this thing is
Oh
gonna
my
crash
God.
onto the street and ruin my freaking books. And it's too big and you can't jump up and stop it, right? It would have been killed. So I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there in this panic mode, watching this thing roll, and it rolls out onto the lift and then hits the end of the lift and sticks. Like it's just like that, scene in the movie where the car just goes over just far enough and it doesn't go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God. I'm like, lower this thing before that thing falls. And so he was able to get it to the ground. We got in the garage. Nothing was damaged. But I mean, we were like this close to an incredible disaster that thankfully didn't happen. But
It shows it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Hey, T-Bear, you want to full screen it?
so
Sure. Oh, there
Wow.
it is.
Wow! Holy crap!
Cyber
What-
fraud.
so you did this for the original Cyber Frog?
Yeah, this is from you could see it's from Harris.
Did Ethan ink it?
Yeah, it's his pencils.
He
His
drew it.
He threw a shout out to me on the wall.
Oh,
Dude.
I thought this was your art.
No, this
Yeah,
is,
that's what I
this
thought.
is Ethan's, and then see 1996.
Wow!
That was a good year.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? Just
That's
sitting in a box
fantastic.
in my garage for like 27 years.
Wow.
Well, don't tell
Vintage,
Ethan that.
man, that's
He expects
cool.
to be
Oh, I
in
told
frame,
him.
I
I
think.
showed him. He's like, oh man, I forgot I gave that to you. I was like, yeah.
It's like, give it back. I want to sell it.
No.
Put it on the wall,
Yeah.
frame.
That's the next auction stream.
Yeah, for the next
Nah,
auction. Yeah.
nah, I'm keeping it.
Yeah. But the thing, yeah, it is really cool when you see your book printed for the first time. So no, you actually had your art book printed prior to this, right, Aaron?
Yeah, I did that hardcover sketchbook, I guess we'd call it, and through Jostens, and they did a really nice job of it. But that was like 2 years prior, and I'd been selling that, because COVID hit, right? So then we all started doing video cons and whatever, and so I was just selling that, doing sketch streams and selling that book. But it sort of got me. I'd done little publishing side projects, like little, the sketchbook pamphlets we all do for cons and things like
Right.
that. But this was kind of my first, I'm going to print this 64-page color hardcover and then, eat the cost and just hope I can sell it, and break even, which, I did. I sold out eventually. But that was my first sort of getting my feet wet. And of course, Wraith of God was, as you guys know, that's just like a whole nother level when you are doing something like that. So that was 2022 to me was just one big learning experience and hopefully growth experience into getting better at what we're doing and, moving forward with better projects, better, better varied products to go along with those comics and things like that, and just kind of expanding our universes, if you will. So it was a great stepping stone for me.
When did you launch your YouTube channel? Was that in 2022?
No. I started right before the big September hatchet job that DC Comics got hit with when they did the very first cleaning house. Started in 2021, right?
I think so, yeah.
Bloodletting.
No, 2020.
Bloodletting.
No, it was 2021, wasn't it?
No, because I was in Chicago. I did the Chicago show the year that COVID hit, which was what, 2019? Or is it 2020?
2020.
2020.
Yeah, so
March
it
of
was
2020.
Yeah, so I was in Chicago in February just before that happened, and then everything shut down. And so I was working on Justice League, and then by September of 2020, they axed everybody, and I had started, my YouTube by then, trying to plan ahead, thinking, well, life is going to change, and so I was, I had a year of YouTubing before I ever tried to launch Wraith of God.
Well, where I was going, like this year, 2022, your YouTube channel is really heating up, and all those draw streams are fantastic. So if you guys haven't checked out Aaron's YouTube channel, do so, and like and subscribe those videos. So Dan, what do you got? What do you got for us? Give us a highlight reel of 2022 for you.
2022 professionally was great. Drawing, pushing myself, challenging myself, not resting on any sort of laurels, and trying to expand my skilled data set. As far as personal, ups and downs, we had a flood in our basement, which was interesting. And then, I brought this up off topic before, but we lost a lot of our comrades in 2022. But I think the other thing, the focusing on the positive is just creating stronger relationships with friends that we had before and creating new friendships, and I did a few shows this past year and got to meet a lot of the people that are in our chat, and that's always a really good time. That's about it. That's it.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, you have a big family already, so there's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, well that's
and then
another
buying a new house.
Yeah,
you bought that house in 2022, right?
We bought it in 2021, moved in 2022, January 24th. But I had COVID really bad at the end of the year into 2022, like really bad. But again, stuff that was very happy. My brother, I have 4 brothers. My brother David, he and his family moved here from California. The people are leaving California like you are, like me.
The homeless state.
Yeah. And it's just been a wonderful thing to have somebody to go to the gym with in the morning. And we shared Christmas together. I haven't lived near family in more than 30 years. So that was really
that's great.
Yeah, because I moved away from home when I was 18. And that everybody lived 8 hours away. So like Christmases and things like that, I'd either have to go home or I'd not have them. So living near family's been very, very wonderful.
Sadly, the T-Bear is a small clan, so I think there's just my brother and I now, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. And that bum lives in California. He ain't gonna leave.
Yeah.
It's not, huh?
That's what they all say until they say differently.
Oh, little claim to fame. Just shout out to my brother. What was the Last Action Hero with Arnold?
Yeah.
That scene at the very end. My brother's an architect, and that scene in that movie where the van comes through the glass and everything. That's a Malibu house, and my brother designed that house.
No way. That's awesome.
How did he feel about it being destroyed by a van?
Well, he said it was very cool because they rebuilt that house on a soundstage. So
okay.
that would be even more of a compliment, right? That they did the interiors and stuff and exteriors at the site, but then they rebuilt it so they could drive a van through the glass. And I got to see that house firsthand. It's pretty nuts. There's it's built on a cliffside, and so just a little architectural thing. I was asking him like, what about like how do they keep this yard intact? Because there's erosion, there's all these things. It's a cliffside. He goes, there are concrete columns 20 feet into the ground. He said all the ground could pretty much go away, and this backyard will stay intact. And I was like, wow, holy shit,
that's
how much
money.
did that cost?
Yeah, that's money.
When you can pretty much cement your backyard into, bedrock, that's pretty crazy.
Wasn't that what they say? That's the only place you really are safe to build in California is on bedrock, because that's going to hold up the best in case of an earthquake, which you're going to get eventually.
Yeah, we were told when we moved into our house in Corona that was on bedrock. It was not. We had a little sliding action, not the house so much as the hill behind it. It was pretty crazy.
Oh wow!
And then the fires got us the next year. So,
and your
got it all there.
Your Belinda, all that area, man. What they call it, the Devil's Bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
The Devil's Punch Bowl.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about like Graham, it's like there's an extra season in California. It's fire season.
Yeah.
Was it in the 70s when all the movies, the disaster movies were big, and Irwin Allen produced something on TV. I wonder if you guys remember this. When you just said Fire and Flood, it was like a double movie event one night on the movie of the week, and it was Irwin Allen presents first fire, then flood. So it was like these two, and of course they occurred in LA, right? So it was like the first movie was called Fire, and then the second one was Blood.
Irwin Allen was the master of the disaster films, right? But he also was it like what was the TV show with the submarine? And did he have something to do with Lost in Space?
Yeah,
Was that Irwin Allen?
Lost in Space, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea,
That's
Land of the Giants, and the Time Tunnel.
Ooh, wow. I used to love Land of the Giants, man.
Yeah, those were all Irwin Allen productions. Then he did the Towering Inferno, his first big disaster film.
Oh, I
With
remember
O.J.
that.
Simpson.
Man, that was a crazy movie.
Yeah. And Paul Newman and Steve McQueen's first acting job in a bunch of years.
Hey, did he have anything to do with the Poseidon Adventure? That seems like it's right up his alley.
Yeah, that was him too.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman.
Shelley Winters.
Remember the weird part of the Poseidon Adventure, even as kids, is the tables were nailed to the floor. Remember they were hanging from
Yeah.
and then maybe on cruise ships they do nail the tables to the floor.
Yeah.
Well, there was that
Upside
crazy stunt where it's basically a skylight, right? You know, when the ship was right side up, and then that guy's hanging on the table and he just lets go. Holy shit, man! That freaked me out as a kid.
Me too.
And I always wanted to be a stunt man, but I always wanted to do like one memorable stunt, like you know, like you could go to a dinner party and go, I was that guy in Poseidon Adventure, and I was holding on to the table, and then I let go, and I went through like this big old like stained glass skylight. It's like, oh, that was you. I remember that.
Yeah, and then the guy gets electrocuted too. You know, he goes down there and it goes.
Oh shit! I didn't know they followed it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was that was a tough fall.
Yeah,
that's
that
awful.
guy.
Yeah, but that is a memorable moment. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched that at the movie theater when it came out in 1972. And I remember watching on the big screen when Leslie Nielsen is looking through his binoculars and he goes, oh my God. And then you see the wave, you know, and the wave comes and then the boat's going like this. And whoa, oh man, I lived by the ocean my whole life. And that freaked me out.
Yeah. Well, remember how stupid it was when he says we have to go to the top, to the bottom of the boat, and that they're arguing with him, with Gene Hackman. Remember, no,
like there's a hatch. There's an escape hatch on the bottom of the boat.
Yeah, the two-fit with the.
Well, they had to get out through the propeller, right? Isn't that where they ended up getting out? Was
No, just the hull. They had to get to the hull.
But there's no hull on the bottom of a boat.
Yeah, that's a hull. That's the bottom of the ship is a hull.
Right, but I mean, there's no escape door or anything.
No, they had to cut him out. That's like the Utah when the Utah flipped over in the Oklahoma flipped over in Pearl Harbor. The one who survived were the men who went to the top, and they had to cut them out with, blow torches and stuff.
Did they have that kind of hindsight? Did they have that foresight that when they were trying to get there that they had torches?
750 men went into the water.
The boat was floating.
200 came out.
I don't remember how that movie
sharks.
ended and how many people got out.
We delivered the bum.
Yeah. All I know that I remember is how annoying was, and I haven't seen that movie.
They didn't.
72. But what was
Shelley Winters?
No. Ernest Borgnine's wife was really annoying.
Oh.
And then she died. He's like, Lily! Or whatever her name was. Helen! I don't know.
Yeah.
Helen.
Well, she was
You're
a
all
hooker.
like, yes,
he
finally.
was a cop. He was a retired
she's a
cop, and he
hooker.
married her again. She was a hooker.
Oh, it was Stella Stevens, wasn't it? Wasn't it Stella Stevens?
Stella Stevens, yeah.
And he yelled, Stella!
Hang on.
That would have been funny.
Let me get this from Big Raj. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. Much appreciated. All right. Well, I think the next one in was Andrew. Andrew, the baby with the little dinky.
Hey. Micro. Get it
Micro. Right. So give us a highlight reel of 2022 for you.
Man, highlight reel of 2022. Just a blur. Well, unlike Aaron, it was fulfilling my second real campaign, which was First Man Volume 2. So, I mean, that was fun. It's always a thrill getting the books, whether it's your first one or second one or whatever, just when they finally arrive. Other than that, I mean, I don't work wise, I just look at it as work and just getting things done. So, moving on from that project to the new one, Choreodrath, working with Dennis, I'd say that's a good highlight because he's here in town and we're really good friends and we work well together.
Did you develop any of Choreodrath in 2022?
Yeah, the whole thing was, yeah.
Oh, this is for you, courtesy of Graham.
Oh, hello.
Oh, what are you making me jealous? That thing's huge.
It's a little sausage.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Well, you sent me this picture, and of course you know.
Yeah.
Now, is that beefsteak tomatoes or little grape tomatoes?
Little grape tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Little tiny tomatoes.
See, the problem is it's not that I have tiny tomatoes. I've got full-size tomatoes with the
God.
little,
Yeah.
Little mushroom.
What do they call that elephantitis?
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Little
You brought it
portobello.
up.
Remember,
Again.
what was that movie where they go, and this is elephantitis? It was like some kind of like things that they show kids in school. And
Right, that's like transmitted by a mosquito bite, and the people, their leg would swell up and become like this huge, grotesque-looking elephant foot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first
Ew,
time
really?
I ever heard it was on that movie Lucas. You remember that movie Lucas? It's got like Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen and the
Winona
kid
Ryder.
that got abused and committed
Was
suicide.
that-
Corey
said-
Haim.
Yeah, Corey Haim. Yeah, he said, elephant, you got elephantitis. And they're like, what the hell is that? You know?
Means I'm hung like an elephant.
That's right.
Means if you stretch it out, it looks like an elephant ear.
Oh.
If you pull it like Stretch Armstrong,
Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong.
Memories.
Hey, hold on.
I-
Speaking of, I have a mini Stretch Armstrong.
Oh
See?
shit!
That's
the
not
world's
a
smallest
video. That's
beanie
not
on?
you with hair.
Oh,
You
look
would-
at that.
It really does stretch.
It's
Oh, yeah. It's a mini Stretch
Reed
Armstrong.
Richards.
Is he filled with corn syrup?
No, his torso, actually, it's funny. His torso doesn't stretch. His torso has something hard underneath.
Oh.
It's only
Hang
his arms
on
and
now.
legs.
What now?
That is
hard underneath.
Uh-huh.
That's a loaded.
Now you're jealous.
Yeah.
Nah, I
We
am
got ours.
jealous.
We finally cut our Stretch Armstrongs open because we had to see what was inside, and it was
I
all
think
that,
everybody
it
eventually
was that
does.
red goop, you
It's
know? Would you say
corn
it's corn
syrup.
syrup? Corn
It's
syrup?
corn
Was it really?
syrup, and it's delicious.
Oh.
Dan,
Yes,
ate
my
the
house-
insides of
my
it.
house
enemies.
didn't- My house we didn't have candy or sodas or anything. When we discovered that was like basically filled with sugar, we were very happy.
Oh, you
Yeah,
think you
because
like-
what
you
happened
like-
was Dan's brothers each pulled a leg apart, and Dan went right for the crotch.
Right for the crowd.
Bit right into it, got that
It was
juiciness.
actually, to be
Oh,
straight
Lord.
up, it wasn't a Stretch Armstrong. They had a Hulk version. You remember the Stretch Hulk?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
makes
his
a lot of
armpit
sense.
split.
Yeah.
It split, and that's where I was huffing his armpit.
Yeah, I still have
No
the
better.
fantasy, the dream that I wanted to take a Stretch Armstrong and just hold him across the road and then like tie his arms and legs and see a car smack into it. Yeah,
This is once again Art the serial killer coming out.
yeah, just like weird things. Yeah, that I want to see. I still want to see that. I don't think you can do it though. Okay, so Andy, so
Yeah, I mean, Choreodrath, developing Choreodrath was definitely a big event just for me because it was something I haven't done that genre in over a decade. And I've never created anything in that genre. I've worked on Red Sonja and Claw, but that was already established stuff. So, creating something out of nothing in a fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type genre was new, and that was fun to do and create, and obviously working on it pretty much every day now. So,
and that originated in 2022. So
it did.
Very, very cool. So how about you, Mr. Graham Nolan? How did 2022 go for you?
I had a killer year.
Sweet.
I finished fulfilling Alien Alamo in February. launched Giant Size Two-Fisted Manly Tales in March. I fulfilled that in October, and then I launched in October the Ghost of Matacumba Key, all in the same year.
Wow.
At the
Beast.
same time, my daughter got married,
Oh man.
and my wife lost her job at the end of 21. Well, she found out she was losing at the end of 21. Really lost it in 22, and so she came to work for Compass Comics and took over fulfillment. And so there was a learning curve there. We rented a place that's our fulfillment center where we can pack everything and ship everything. And she runs that. And, once we got through the learning curve, it was great. It was really, really great. So, yeah, 22 was a great year. The only downside to 22 for me that I can think of was the printing issues, because that long wait before I could launch the next book, really cuts into the profits that you have, because you're using that to keep the lights on and all that stuff.
Right.
The Two-Fisted Man Tales was an expensive project. I had a lot of people that had to be paid.
And you upgraded to a hardcover on that.
And I upgraded to a hardcover, exactly, for the backers. So, so that financially, that was not a very
lucrative,
even though it did well, in its funding. But after all the expenses and everything, there wasn't a lot left over. In fact, there was almost nothing left over.
Yeah. No, I mean, we all know what the stuff costs. So, yeah.
A lot of people don't, though. They don't realize how expensive it is, especially now with printing, and printing's gone up again. What, another 20% or something insane like that? Or
Yep.
I'm sorry, the post office fees, I think, have gone up another 20%.
Yeah, it's weird because there's sometimes I just want to go on a live stream and just tell everybody the reality of crowdfunding, but then I think, nah, keep the illusion going, man. Let everybody think it's a breeze.
Yeah.
And then
We just blew it, Art. We're live right now in case you didn't know. So
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, because even if you raise $100,000 on your campaign, a good third of that is your shipping costs, which are already that's right out the door. Materials, and
then almost, what is it, 8% goes to Indiegogo.
Indiegogo, yeah. Like right now, I think I was adding my fees up for Ghosts were around $9,000 that have been paid out in fees.
This is just an aside. I think that Indiegogo and Kickstarter, I think they should keep the shipping out of the total. I don't think that's fair, because that always seems like that's gross, right? That's how much you're actually making,
Right.
But it really isn't,
Right.
Yeah.
But they want their percentage of that too. So that's why they factored in there, right? So they're taking a percentage of that too.
Yeah, that's the issue, is they're taking a percentage of the shipping costs as
Which
well.
they shouldn't.
Yeah,
Right.
that's kind of unethical, but that's
Well, so
what else is unethical? Putting a no index code on us.
Yeah, shadow banning
Search
people.
for
That's
us.
unethical.
That's unethical.
that happened in 2022.
Yeah. To all of
Exactly.
us.
Yeah. So that would be another downside, would be the printing issues, and then the shadow banning nonsense, and then the lack of communication from Indiegogo in any respect. They just completely ignored it as if nothing happened. Still.
I think it's going to stay or get worse, because I think they're going to go to an automated system. Because just personally, I think they're downsizing. I think they're trying to minimize their overhead, and so if they can go into a more automated kind of system, then they can get rid of some of the staff and things like that. And
Well, that should be better. Then they can get rid of the ones that are actually doing that banning.
Yeah.
If that's not targeted, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
You know what I'd love to know is there anybody in the comics world that's funding on Indiegogo that's not CG, if they're shadow banned?
Yeah.
Well, there's still a couple of CG campaigns that are not. Rainey hasn't been shadow
Exactly.
banned.
Yeah, I'm not shadow banned.
I
Right.
haven't been,
Billy's not
yeah.
shadow banned.
Nope.
So
That I know of. I mean, I could check.
well, you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Billy's a big troublemaker, so you think he'd be the first.
Yeah, everybody
would
hates
think.
I I'm a good time, you know.
I'm a good time. I like it. I'm a good time.
I'm a good time.
I'm a good
Well, that could mean anything, Billy. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm going on. I see it on Google. Mine. Forgive me. I'm talking to myself. Forget it.
Then you're
No,
good.
you're
because
good.
gonna
If you're
be
on Google, you're good, man. I'm not even on Google anymore.
No, me
What?
neither. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
the
no.
index code prevents
Oh
searchability.
God, 2 blood hunters. Indiegogo. Let's see. Aaron Lepresti's Wraith of God graphic. Oh,
That's the old one.
first one.
It's the first one, yeah.
Backer Kit has it though.
Yeah, Backer Kit shows mine as well, but it doesn't show anything on Indiegogo.
Now you have the Splintering, our boy who always helps us out. Wow, dude. Holy shit. And then the same thing with you, Graham, too. Ghosts of Manakumba Key.
Yeah.
Ghosts,
Oh, yeah.
Manakumba Key, Nolan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I looked everybody
You,
up,
Comics Kit, Backer Kit, the Splintering. Holy crap.
yeah.
Well, do you think
Yeah.
it might be on, but if I go on Indiegogo?
No.
Oh, no.
Shut up. Oh, that's
Nope.
infuriating.
You know, would you Art highlight Randy Howell's comment there at 8:04?
804.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is it-
God, it's not
Is
even
it this?
showing up.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is interesting because they're all remote. Even when we had points of contact, there were
Really?
and when I would call them, I would see like one guy was in Chicago, one guy was in California, one guy was they're all over the place. And the CEO, I'm not even sure she has can afford email or something because I wrote her a couple times.
Dude, did you happen to see on YouTube? I think it was on YouTube that somebody interviewed her when she got hired, the new CEO. Holy crap. It's like, how does this woman even have a job, let alone the CEO of a company? I was like, you realize you're on camera, right? It was like she was like some I was
Really?
That's the CEO of
Indiegogo.
How old is that video?
Not very. It was what she just got put in like this
Yeah,
past
she just
year.
got put in about a
2022.
year ago.
Oh, wow.
And they went
GFAP
through
it.
two other CEOs prior to that.
Yeah, it was like, you ever heard of a comb? You're on camera. I was just like, geez, this is a CEO of a major company. It was like,
Yeah, I had a problem I had a problem like a
Hippies.
year ago with Indiegogo, and I got a contact through John Malin, and I got right to him on the phone, and there was absolutely no problem. They took care of
me
it.
too.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm
we
sure
all
it's the
use
same
the
guy
same
we
guy.
all talk to.
Joel.
Yeah, he
Joel.
was cool. And then
Joel,
Joel is a
And
good guy.
then they passed it off to a group, a comics group, so there was no individual name, and they just stopped answering.
Yep.
And then I got a call from a guy who said he was my new point of contact. And I was like, oh, perfect, Kirk, because here's what's happening. And I told him everything was going on. He goes, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to look into this. No problem. And the next day I get an email from him. I'm sorry. I was mistakenly thinking I was supposed to be your point of contact. Your point of contact is actually the comics group.
Okay.
That same group that was worthless before.
The comics group. We have to get.
Yep.
So I
That
called
said,
him.
I want to say, as someone who's not shadow banned, that I love Indiegogo.
You kiss ass.
You know what would be kind of a way to? I was just thinking about sort of a way around the shadow ban is if you had your own website like Spin Rack, like you've got, and you direct people there.
Yeah.
And then that link is where they go. I mean, obviously you lose because I know a percentage of our bottom line is from people discovering us on Indiegogo, the discovery page and that sort of thing.
But they can't discover us now.
Right. They can't.
that's gone.
But as far as making something searchable, you can do that with a search engine optimization, having the link to it hosted on your site, direct people to your site. Compass Comics, you want to back my book, go to compasscomics.com. That's the link that you have that goes, so you
you forward that link to Indiegogo.
Yeah, it's bank shotting it.
Right. Well, what is this? Leave comics group and stay in the art group. So is there an art section in Indiegogo? I'm not sure what this is.
I don't know.
Categorize your book as an art book instead of a comic book.
Oh, so you just categorize
It's a
it.
sequential art book.
Mhm.
Okay. So he's saying basically just change the subject matter and I guess see what happens there. Yeah.
Well, I had a conversation with a tech team in India today, and they're going to get a proposal to me this week for building a crowdfunding platform for my website. So I'll as soon as I know what that's all about and what that costs are going to be, I'll let you guys know.
That's great.
But I feel like, you know what, if they're taking $10,000 in fees, and I take that $10,000 and I put it into my own crowdfunding campaign, you know, within a year I make that back.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah,
So-
I used to sell my books through art by tbear.com. And I used to sell my books through there, but I stopped since I went, started crowdfunding things. And so I'm really thinking of getting back into that and selling the books right from my site versus just artwork, posters, and prints, and taking commissions. So that might be the way to go. Also, you can build your own. You can get names. You can get your
your email list,
your email list up and everything like that. So it might be the way to go. At the very least, if there is a problem, we still have like a backup, or we have somewhere to go, which is a big concern right now, especially with the shadow banning. It's always been an issue because we were always thinking at some point, if somebody got a wild hair up their butt and decided that they wanted to cause trouble at one of these platforms, Indiegogo or Kickstarter, they definitely could, and they could deplatform us that way. I'm not trying to give anybody ideas, but they could do it that way as well. So the good thing is, like, we already know that there's a lot to freedom and being independent of like Marvel and DC right now. So like when Pencils Down and the lockdown happened, we were selling books, we were doing well. And so that, when I went through that, I was like, yeah, this is what it's about. This is freedom. This is true independence. We just have to become completely independent. You know what I mean? At some point, become completely independent of all this. So if somebody wants to hurt us, they can't. And also, if one of these platforms decides to change their management or whatever, then we'll be free and clear of that. I just don't know how many people Indiegogo brings in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what their name.
Well, they claim it's about 15% of your business is just random searches. And see, I'm going to skip all this and go right to the top. I'm going to start my own bank, and then
there you go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So
I
Billy,
think at some point we're all going to be either having our own funding site set up, or we're going to have one umbrella site with our own servers that will be just CG or whatever, something. But one of those two systems are going to come up within the next couple of years, to be sure.
Well, I know Ethan's been talking about something like that for a while. He's only one man, so he can only do so much.
Yeah.
But there has been talk for last year or so about doing stuff like this. So I think the writing's on the wall. So I think 2023 will be might be the big year you start seeing some changeover.
Yeah, I'm having my website redone right now with all this kind of stuff in mind. Obviously, I'm months away from launching another campaign or a big campaign because I got to finish this book first. So that gives me time. But I'm looking into it as well as Graham is. So
yeah. Well, let's get back on track. Let's
track.
What the teen sensation has to say about his 2022.
Yeah, I wasn't shadow banned.
I win.
Yeah, we had a terrific year. As I posted my update earlier, and then I'll show that update when we start moving towards the future. Great year. Thank you all out there. I cannot thank everyone watching this right now. You can't thank them enough, right, guys? And what they've done, how they've helped literally change our lives to give us that creative freedom and no longer be, slaves to any corporate masters, that treat their creatives like garbage and with the most disgusting amount of disregard I've ever seen in any business.
Mhm.
I mean, you feel like almost coal miners. At least they get medical benefits, So we had a great year. We launched our She Omnibus edition, which was our biggest book biggest campaign yet. I have them all written on the board, and our campaign seemed to be growing. Our Omnibus did, with the backer kit money, which was CrowdOx, we did $313,237.
Well, you sold through Backer Kit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
too?
we added backer kit to it, and we brought in through backer kit. We brought in an additional $9,200 through backer kit in their survey they sent out we launched and fulfilled the She Omnibus edition in 2022. Thank you guys. We then launched and fulfilled She SHAKURA. And that brought us in SHAKURA, including the backer kit funds, which was an additional $10,793. We brought in $265,000 gross now, right? $265,000 gross. That's not including what backer kit takes and also what Indiegogo takes, Kickstarter takes. We've worked it. I'm really fortunate in so many ways that we've had huge returns on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And then, at the end of the year, we were able to launch our She Second Coming. And that was basically a lot of, for those who had missed the first 3 campaigns. I mean, we've now fulfilled 4 campaigns in the past 2 years. Or 5, maybe. I got to look. I got to see the dates. And that brought in, that brings in some more money. So it's just been wonderful. We've been doing, with our website, like you guys, the website, we've been doing con specials. So those have been doing really well for us, and we're going to plan that forward into the future. Got to hang out with Graham Nolan and Andy Smith this year, man, drinking, smoking some cigars, right?
Yeah.
Dinners, good meals, lots of laughs, getting our little Hawaiian shirt night, Graham's Hawaiian shirt night together with Vaughn Coleman and a bunch of the other guys.
And Ethan, we had Ethan there.
Ethan came out. Cecil made a guest star appearance.
Cecil, yeah.
Me and Graham pulled our monster trucks up in the parking lot and opened the tailgates. And
that was the best. I saw that video.
Graham let me know that Graham informed me that I had lights in the back of my bed, which I never knew. And
you guys,
that was the best part of 2022.
Yeah,
like high school after the football game in the parking lot.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what it was like. And then I think all the Star Wars actors drank our booze afterwards and started smoking our cigars. But that was a great time. I had a sleepover with Ethan and Cecil. It was very disturbing when I woke up in the morning and all I saw was this half-naked man sleeping on the couch bed and a mask and a
red mask.
A red mask and an empty bottle and a glass right next to him.
He sleeps in the mask. That's funny.
No, it was off. The mask was off. I still never got to see his face, though, because his head was turning the other way. But then again, I didn't want to see
It's like the Phantom, If you see his face, you die.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Plausible deniability. So, but yeah, so now, but the thing is, I've been so busy. My studio, remember we shared the photos of the studio? My studio looks like a bomb in it. Yeah. So, because of fulfillment, we turned the kids' playroom, formerly their playroom, which had a bunch of this stuff in it, into like another fulfillment office in the house. So now I'm cleaning my studio, which is nice, a whole new fresh start. And it's just been wonderful. Thank you all. What a year.
I just noticed your background behind you. It looks like the Bates Motel.
I'm like, it's a
little all these dead animals up there hanging on the wall.
The planes are gonna bomb.
Yeah, I got my Rocketeer poster. I got my.
Now, do you have a hole? Do you have a hole cut in the wall so you can peep in on Debbie while she's in the bedroom? Or
Debbie's downstairs in the bedroom down there.
Yeah, but
this is your writing area, right?
This is where I write. If you want to call it that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I like that you have that big, that nice balcony right on the outside of that door there.
Balcony right out here, so I can walk out to the balcony.
Is there snow out there?
No, it's like 54 degrees out.
Oh, okay.
That's just not
And
bad.
it's just been a wonderful year. I don't know if you want to start talking about. Well, we did mention it, but for those, I had a terrific meeting today with someone who may or may not be associated with Whatnot, and he's very aware of the plight that many of you guys have been experiencing with the shadow banning and all. And so we had a great meeting, Niall Scallon, my partner Niall Scallon and I, because I own, www.crowdfundingcomics.com.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking for maybe not necessarily an alternative per se, but another wrench in the toolbox, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And a place to go to do this. So we're like you, Graham, talking to people about building our own things, our own platforms as well. And of course, always utilize. I'll always, as long as they'll have me be on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. But it doesn't hurt to have. Oh, look at that dog! What a good dog! What a good girl! What a good girl!
Yeah, and the best part about this is we're not doing it alone. You know what I mean? Like we have comrades in arms. We got the bros. We got the kings. We got CG. We got a community behind us, which makes it a lot easier to navigate these things. And I do still I think somebody was saying like Comicsgate is stagnated or whatever. It's still growing. It's still building. I still think that we're kind of at the early stages, and it's just going to get better because we're all figuring out how to get things done quicker. We're working on new platforms, things like that.
It's like Andy's micro winky. It's just small right now, but it's going to continue to grow.
I hope.
He's a grower, not a shower,
Exactly.
I was looking for the image, but Graham pulled it down.
Oh, hey, hold on.
We should always have the winky and the tomatoes. That should always be there. There it is.
That's the new CG logo.
Look what you started, Andy. Look what you.
I know.
Well, let me get these super chats. Why so serious? Why so serious? Thank you so much for the $1.99. Who has someone locked in the trunk? I think
it does sound like somebody's thumping around all over the.
It might be my house. Who knows?
It's Dan's kids. He's locked them upstairs. Get rid of those kids. So what is this? 24 Eyes Pop Culture $4.99. Thank you so much. CG now is a great idea. What about the same thing, but the creator websites are linked to landing pages for current campaigns? That's probably what we'll end up doing, right? I think Shane have something where he's got his site connected to his Indiegogo site?
Yeah, he has Inglorious Rex, and then when you go there's a button that says, back it here, and click on that.
And then it takes you over to the Indiegogo page. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not taking pledges on the site, but the site is encouraging you to go to Indiegogo.
Right. Yeah, I got a button on my Compass Comics site, too. Whenever I have a campaign, they hit the button, and if they ended up at my site before they went to the campaign.
We should probably show off our campaigns as well. Thanks, Billy. And for me, I'm equally as thankful, Billy. I mean, you said it. You always have the heart. Billy always has the heart, man.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah. And
oh, God bless you.
God bless you.
I didn't sneeze. But yeah, like this just it just freaks me out still to this day. I've been here for almost 4 years, probably longer, and it still feels like it's once in a lifetime type of opportunity. So 2022 was just more of it. I think like for me, 2022 was a calm. Like you guys came into Indiegogo, and it felt like there was some kind of like stable, like it started becoming stable, where it really was the Wild West, before you guys came in. And now it feels more like, it feels less like we're being attacked all the time. It feels less like you have to fight all the time, like put up or shut up. And it seems like there are people coming around and accept it more and condemn it less. So we are winning people over. And 2022 was that year that I really noticed that. And also, like you guys, getting things printed up. So we got this is the second printing for issue 1. So Pamela, my wife, I'm in business, just like most of us with our wives, and so she does. She's always run Hack Shack Studios, but she found a great publisher here in Houston. So we have a local publisher that, or printer, I should say, that we go and they're the ones who printed this up. So we can drive there. I can okay things. The pages were coming right off the printing press. You could smell the ink. It was very, very exciting. So that was in 2022. We're going to start printing. They can do trading cards. They can do stickers. They can do all kinds of stuff. So I'd like to give them all of our business. But as I got this printed up, they did say that paper prices are going to go up and that there is going to be scarcity in the future. So, we're going to have to navigate through that. And for me, I'm going to show some of this stuff. This is my 2022 work here. And I'm just very proud of it. And I want to show some of the black and white pages off. So here are some of the pages here. It's nice. Just thanks. It just always feels like such an accomplishment when you get these things done and you get them out to the colorist. So I'm really, really happy with this stuff. I think it's the best work I've ever done.
I would concur. This is art. This is really next level stuff. This is really, really good.
Exceptional.
It is.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys. I mean, coming from you guys, it means a whole heck of a lot. So yeah, I'm just really getting into like drawing these mechs, these giant mechs. I thought the airport was going to be a drag, these future looking planes and all this, hardware and shit. But I dig it. I find it almost easier to draw like tech than human form, because like tech, there's not a lot of variables. You know what I mean? Once you memorize the shapes, they're all kind of there. But like human forms, every time you bend your arm, the muscles turn, they twist, they foreshorten. But with robots, not so much. Not so much. Yeah. So this is just a good time all the way around. So I'll just give you guys a highlight real quick. So this is all 2022. I'm hoping that I can just kind of keep building on this, get faster in 2023, and just keep getting better as I go along. So yeah,
you're kicking ass like never before.
This is just really nice work. Really nice.
Beautiful story.
I may have to back this.
I might have to.
He's been waiting.
He's holding out for.
He's holding out. He's like, I need to see more.
Yeah. I don't blame you, man.
No. I backed it. I backed it. Of course, I backed it.
Here's this page. So yeah, and like Billy said, thank you guys so much for supporting this stuff. Thanks for giving us like hope that we can do things outside of the mainstream. That's the main thing. Is just a lot of us have been working for years now, and this gives you hope that you can do something outside of just a paycheck job until you can't hold a pencil any longer. Mm-hmm. So this is us digging down and basically just coming alive again, which is what I'm doing. I couldn't imagine like just becoming one of those guys, that's just beat up, angry. The industry just used you up, spit you out, kind of thing. And
I am one of those guys, Art.
No, you are not. You have us, Aaron.
That's
you
right.
have CG. But yeah,
Rising tide lifts all boats, Aaron.
Art is, right. I mean, Aaron is old man winter, so
he is old man.
He certainly dresses like it in his house. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's cold, man. Once I get cold in the winter, I do not get warmed up till spring again. So even in the house, I have coats on, hats, It's sad. But
Well,
it's
last
my
year
wife.
here we had a late spring, and it was still cold, man. Yeah,
Look
it
at that,
was horrible.
$20 from good old pork hunt from Australia.
Whoa,
Pork
keep
hunt.
it clean, Aaron.
Yeah, don't be
Pork
Aaron, my goodness.
hunt.
My goodness.
say it fast.
Mhm.
Pork hunt.
No, I'm not going to.
Say it. Do
I'm gonna
it.
fall into your trap, your wily
evil trap.
ways. You Rasputin, you're trying to.
Well, next week's topic is comic hunts. So we're all going to be comic hunters,
Oh, cool.
and we're gonna seek out a specific comic and talk about our comic hunts.
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
it look.
I've,
So
I've
get
met a
ready,
few
Aaron.
comic cunts at conventions. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Hell Professionals and toasting to another year of winning. Thanks for spilling the ink cleanly to refocus us off of your boy opening 2023, spilling his ink publicly.
Oh Lord.
I'm not sure what that means, but I think it sounds funny. Does anybody know what that means? Spilling his ink publicly?
Apparently, that what we know may be more known by more people, Billy.
I'm sorry. What?
Uh,
What, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron. Now you have
I
to
don't
tell
understand what you're
us.
saying. What are you trying to say? Can you explain to
I'm
me?
not saying anything. I'm just saying.
I'm not asking you to say. I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to refresh my memory. That was like 30 seconds.
No, I said too much already.
No, you didn't. You haven't said anything yet.
You haven't said enough.
I am honestly out of the loop. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, we'll just go back to our private group chat and scroll back some. You'll find out.
Our private group.
Oh,
chat?
you didn't see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Oh,
Just go
Oh,
there.
Was it today?
Let's see how. Let's see
Yeah, it
how.
was right before we came on, basically.
Let's see how big Graham's eyes get here. in a
Yeah.
second.
Oh
Yeah, let's all pay attention. You should full screen Graham.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Holy shit balls!
Oh, his eyes are getting bigger.
Here he's looking. He's
Man's
looking.
looking, and he's a liking.
And Billy's the one that
He's like what he
posted it. So
That's the disbelief look. This is perfect. Oh shit! What the? Oh my gosh!
What do you say,
Is he
Graham?
really in it?
apparently, yeah. Read
Don't,
read Glitch's comment in the chat. Read that. That
What did
kind of
I come back
explains it.
to? What did I miss?
What
This
is
is
this?
in the
This one
bros
here,
chat, right?
This one here. Andy?
No. It's more recent than that.
oh boy.
Looking at my screen, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one up. Looking at
Yeah.
my screen from the bottom.
Oh, this is interesting. YouTube. Everybody listening and watching are like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, fifth from the bottom right there. Art.
Hell?
Yeah.
Now he found it. He found
Yeah.
it. What?
Well, I was trying to process it, and like, where is he? I'm like, oh, that's
yeah. So that's just some food for thought. On next week's show on the Professionals.
we should show this off. For $100 super chat, we're gonna expose this whole
do not
thing.
do that. No.
it. What the hell? Man.
It's hilarious.
Disgusting, Aaron.
What? I didn't know
Like
you-
Aaron did.
To bring things up like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Somebody brought it up in the chat, Billy. That's why I mentioned it.
Well, let's bring this up in the chat. Thank you so much, Zane Corey, for the $10 super chat. Guys, don't you pay attention to each other? Mandy Summers
Yes.
and Shane Davis
Yes,
both
yes,
have
we
separate
know.
stories. Yeah, we brought
Yeah,
Shane.
we
up.
know.
know that.
We know.
Yeah,
Zane?
Don't
And we
reinvent
know, too. That's what we're talking about. We got
Don't
some
we know,
stories and-
Zane?
I think it's
Yeah.
me. It's me he's talking about because I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mandy is
come on,
Mandy
Dan.
is funding on Indiegogo and her own site.
And
Well,
she's
also
made
there's
over
like Eric
$200 grand
July.
on her own site.
Yeah, Eric July built his own
Yeah.
site. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I think that they're not taking PayPal either. And
No.
for some reason, I don't like PayPal. When I first started using it, it seemed like their fees were fair. Now they're really expensive. I'm going to have to start working the PayPal costs into selling original artwork. I don't know about you guys if you're using PayPal, but they take quite a bit.
Well,
Yeah, they do.
You
But
got to make sure that the money is transferred with the friends and family. Then there's no fees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're making that harder and harder to do.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to get you into legal problems, and I don't know. It feels kind of, I don't know. It feels kind of weird asking people to do that. Can you send it through friends?
Anybody who wants to buy my art is a friend. So
That's right, gosh.
It doesn't feel weird to me at all when I tell somebody that.
You buy my artwork, you're my best friend.
Well, you know what, Graham, you just gave me an argument for my wife because she is as honest as the day is long, and so I'll just say, yeah, well, they're our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about PayPal, though, Shane told me this in the green room, that with PayPal, they can withdraw the funds if the product doesn't ship. So, in other words, it has to be done and ready to go. It has to be created already to use PayPal. So, it really doesn't work for crowdfunding because it's got to be credit card.
Well,
Also,
there's other sites that you can Shopify. There's all sorts of things you can hook up to pretty easily that you can launder money through. Pardon my expression.
Yeah. Also, like,
Why would you say it like that?
Yeah, who doesn't have a credit card? I mean, it's as simple as that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like also with PayPal, I don't leave money in my PayPal account anymore because I had a problem with some shipping with a client, and they just took the money right from my account.
The hell you say?
They did. Yeah, they just took
Really?
the money right from the account. Yeah, they let me know that they were doing it, but they did it. So what I do now is I make sure there's no money in there. So now they have to ask me. They have to ask me, and then I have to put the money in there for them to take it. So I just think it keeps them honest, so they don't just take the money, because I don't like that at all. I don't like that company. I think they're dishonest. But yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, let's talk about something positive like the future, Art.
Yeah,
That's exactly where I was going, Mr.
Okay.
Old Man Winter. Let's do 2023.
Okay,
Now
well,
it's Sunshine Summer because he's talking about the future.
Yeah,
that's right. Do you guys get the sense that Back to the Future is considered like a New Year's Day movie because it seems like they run it on a loop on like New Year's Day?
Oh, I haven't paid attention. So
I never really thought of it that way, but it's like the last couple of years, Back to the Future has been like running all day, like Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, and then repeat on New Year's Day. And I was like, what's going on here?
This feels like the Die Hard Christmas movie thing.
Yeah.
Is it not? Some people say yes, some people say no.
I'm that one person that doesn't like Die Hard.
Could we lose him right now?
Really?
Should
Come
I
on.
bounce
Once.
Should I bounce him, baby New Year?
If this was on Aaron's channel, you would have got the cannonball to the gut.
Yeah.
I can't stand Bruce Willis. The only movie I ever saw him in I thought he was any good was Pulp Fiction.
He was
Man,
great.
you're bald shaming that guy.
You are.
I like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah.
For what it was. I mean, it was, it was.
What was the
formulaic
worst
action
was the third one when they brought in Samuel Jackson.
Zeus.
I thought that was really bad.
Samuel L. Jackson is in everything. I mean, that guy must have a lot of money because there's like not a movie that he is not in.
Yeah, I'm going to cast him as
He's
black.
like Michael Caine. He'll just take any role.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that deal with Michael Caine was either in tax trouble or divorce trouble? So he was just like, and Nick Cage the same way, just like, give me a script, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nick Cage was in a lot of debt, but that's why he took all those crap movies.
Yeah.
But he paid it all off.
He
He
did.
sold
So-
his comic book collection too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that hurt too. Captain America #1.
Action.
Oh.
Do you have? Oh, that's right. He had action #1 too, didn't he? Oh, my God.
Oh.
I think he brought it back.
Did he buy it back? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. Good for him.
All right. So what's 2023 have in store for you, Aaron the President?
Well, full screen me here for a second. I'll show you a preview page that I just posted today from Wraith of God Blood Hunters.
Oh,
you
that was-
got it.
Now you see, Art showed you all this slick art, and I'm going to show you all this kind of rough, kind of
cross
edgy art. Yeah.
I love that cross hatching on that page.
Horse. Yeah,
Yeah.
horse.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
I like how you cross hatch the edges of his like torn cape.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has sort of a wispy, almost ethereal feel to it.
Blowing in the wind.
Thank you.
Crosshatch. What did you use a pen on that? Like a
Yeah.
5 or something?
Yeah, just like a what do you call them? The
Micron.
microns. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
What'd you use? 005?
I just mix it up. Depends on how heavy the line I want. I mean, usually when I'm cross hatching, I'll use like a 3 and a 1 for the, and then when I get into that the bolder areas, where it fades into the black, I'll use an 8. So
I do recommend like a certain scale. Like if you're medium scale and you're using a certain marker, ink everything with that marker. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing worse than putting that marker down, picking up one that's smaller or thicker, and then all of a sudden your hatching is out of scale.
Right.
Yeah, it's
No,
all.
I was going to say you're absolutely right. You got to go from thick to thin. You got to keep that in mind. But the fun thing about this, like if you're looking up like here where the black trees are, and then it kind of hatches down here into the graveyard. I mean, that's just sort of random noodling, but you have to have a rhythm to it because you want it to look good. You don't want it to look sloppy, but at the same time, you want it to still sort of feel kind of loose and random. And there's a way to do that, but it's also really fun. It's kind of time consuming, but it's not like you're sweating bullets. You're just kind of doing it, and it's kind of relaxing in a lot of ways, just to kind of hatch.
You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about it too much.
Right. Like if you're doing a brush and you want every line to be perfect, that's like a whole different, headache. But this is more trying to get more of a random, looser feel to it, even though it is somewhat calculated.
Do you listen to audiobooks while you do that?
No, I listen to the radio.
The horse
Sometimes
is
music.
too. That horse head is stunning. And,
Thank you.
Great
So
job.
this is fun stuff. So this is where they're just getting ready to go and with the big confrontation that's like 20 some pages at the last half of the book between them and the vampire and the brides and all that kind of stuff. But so I've got that coming up, and a couple of things I want to mention. I am sold out of Wraith of God graphic novel. So it's 3,500 copies and they're gone. And so I'm going to do a second chance campaign. I'm going to launch it probably sometime this month if I can get the cover done. I'm going to do a new cover, but it'll just be the original Wraith of God graphic novel. It'll be second printing, and basically just do a separate campaign that just to raise enough money basically to cover printing. Right? It's not going to go on demand or anything like that. And I'll whatever the print run is on that second printing will be enough to give me inventory so that people, down the line want to buy more books, they can. And people that missed out on the first one will get a chance to get it. And it'll feel like a new book because I have a new cover on it. So even though it will be a second printing, a lot of times you find from the collector's market, second printings have been more demand because they're lower print runs. So you're looking at now where original graphic novel was 3,500 copies, this may be 500, 1,000 copies, or somewhere in that neighborhood. So it'll actually be a rarer book, the same price, $25, and it'll give you the opportunity to get that and kind of get caught up. And then I'll ship that out before this book is done. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I am going to do a poster campaign where I'm going to take the Dale Keown bloody werewolf cover.
The bloody werewolf cover.
Yeah, it's extra bloody. There, the cover wasn't that bloody, but this piece actually is. He's dripping off his hands and claws.
Because that's what people want. The people
they want the blood, and that's going to be a black light poster. I'm going to take the Bisley cover from this. It'll be a regular poster, it'll be 24 by 36, and then I will offer the variant covers in kind of like a print portfolio of 11 by 17. So it'll be another small campaign just basically to fund the posters. And so that'll be kind of fun. And all that'll be happening as I'm finishing up this project. And so it'll be kind of like the second printing, posters, and then Wraith of God Blood Hunters all this year if everything goes smoothly. So those are kind of, and I do want to mention one other thing. Now, I don't know when this is going to happen, but I am working on a Wraith of God board game. So that's all I'm saying at this point. It's
nice.
It's in development right now. So there you go. So 2023 looks like it could be a very exciting, big year for
Yeah, and
Empire Comics.
you have more plans for Wraith of God as well, right? So
Yes.
these are all one and dones, and then you're going to come out with another.
Yeah, I mean, people have been bugging the crap out of me to do Kit Carter, who's where is she at? She's behind me right
behind
there.
you. Yeah.
They really want a Kit Carter book. So what I'm thinking I may do in the next campaign, of course, that won't happen until I fulfill Blood Hunters. But what I think I'm going to do is do the 8.5 by 11 graphic novel size, like Marvel used to do those paperback graphic novels in the 80s, right? That same size, or like what Alex Ross just did with the Fantastic Four. Do it in a hardcover, 64-page Kit Carter book. But I'm also going to have in that same campaign a supplemental black and white 20-page Wraith of God comic that you can order as well. That'll be part of the continuity, but it won't be color. It'll be black and white, just like I just showed the artwork there. And let's see if I can lower the cost of the printing so that can be kind of like a secondary book part of this campaign. And we'll see how it goes. But those are kind of my plans going to 2023. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff on the plate, a lot of stuff planning out, and very excited about what we got coming up here. So there you go.
Sounds great, man.
Sounds great, buddy.
How about you, Dan? What do you got?
Well, first priority is finishing up the book, and once that is in fulfillment, we have a couple things on the slate at Incredible.
Wait, I have to. Everybody's saying Kit Graham.
No, he's talking about the Die Hard because of his Die Hard.
Oh, his Die Hard.
I stand by it.
They're all turning against you, Graham.
It's a sacred movie, man.
Graham's a good guy, you guys.
It's a sacred movie.
He's got one flaw, and it's the Die Hard thing.
Or maybe that's his strength. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe we're the ones who are flawed.
Yeah, he's the only one that sees the truth.
Yeah,
I'm open to it.
So what I plan to do, we have some new stuff coming as far as new content. There's a kid out there named the Art Jedi who did a backup story for me, a Rascal story. I was so impressed by the work he had done that we're writing a story for him, a Rascal miniseries that ties into the main series. We're also working on, and I got inspired by Billy Tucci, a Black Flag omnibus.
Oh yeah!
Series. We're gonna re-script it, take that crappy Eric Stevenson script out of there, and do it right.
Is that a? I'm not saying that. Oh, say no more. Say no more.
There you go. Like, oh, Billy, mine's got a little lower tone than yours.
You gotta put it closer to the mic.
Oh yeah, here. There we go.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
We all need him. We all need
Right,
him.
So
next week I'll have
then so we're working on putting together Black Flag Omnibus, and then there will be also a second chance for people that didn't get the book, because once we're in fulfillment, we're going to cut it off. But not unlike black and white art, one of the things I'm surprised you hadn't mentioned, we created our books in 1993. We were asked by Rob Liefeld to come up with concepts like Black and White and Black Flag in 1993. And if my math is correct, that would make this the 30th anniversary of Black and White and the 30th anniversary of Black Flag. So I plan on doing a 30th anniversary Black Flag cover that will be available with the omnibus. And also working on colorizing a book that I did called The Grave. And while those campaigns are going, I'll be working on Pineapple Perception 2, so I won't be behind. And by the time I campaign that book, I will be all caught up and ready to roll.
Yeah, the key is and it's really, really hard because I'm trying to do it as well as just things that overlap, you know, like overlapping things. And I found the key is just getting a good work partner, because if you can pitch things to, you know, somebody like it's my wife in this case, you can pitch something and then she can type it up, and then, you know, in your leisure you can work back and forth. You can read over it, and then you can kind of make edits and kind of create it that way. And I think you have your brother now, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. My brother, but our relationship is a little more abstract in that we talk about business strategy. You know, building the website, the sort of what we're going to do with our social media strategies and things like that. So it's a little more abstract. The person I talk to the most about story and things is Will Perdomo. So, you know, I bounce all the Rascal stuff. He's already written a full treatment for Landstorms, which is our sort of war mech book, which is where Sniper came from. We're just kind of making this whole universe, you know, based on stuff that's happened before and conversations that we've had. So yeah, 2023 is full and rich, and just looking forward to finishing this book and getting it out to people so I can unload all of the things we have planned.
And that book is Black Flag, Pineapple Perception. I'm looking forward to that and that omnibus. That should be.
That's the thing is, it's like, you know, I want this. This is like supposed to be my Akira. You know, when I'm dead, I want people to hold this up and almost forget about everything else I've ever done. You know,
which one, like Pineapple or Black Flag?
Pineapple Perception.
Yeah. So is it as thick as Akira? Like if you compiled it?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the intensity. I mean, you know this. I pitched you the story a while back. You know that it's got onion layers, but I need the artwork to be as stacked as something that Otomo would do, which is why this thing is murder on my eyes and hands.
Or you know, pages that you showed off are freaking amazing. Yeah.
Hey Art, do you know you got $100 super chat in there?
No, but I was gonna ask everybody if they could give a thumbs up. I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
There's nothing. It's really weird. If you go, I'm looking at this on YouTube right now, and the chat is scrolling in YouTube, but it's not scrolling in the StreamYard for some reason.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I see a $10 by Zane.
No, there's a $100 super chat by Healy S. Babyface. I'll read it just in case you can't get it for some reason. It's 100 pounds, actually. Thank you, Healy's Babyface. Amazing. He says, "Hey, gentlemen, great show so far. Graham, I dropped you a message on Instagram. I'm completely blown away by the original art you sent me. Means the absolute world to me. We'll get it framed ASAP. Keep up the amazing work and much success to you all."
Who did it say it was from?
This is from Healy S. Babyface.
Oh, that's Heel versus Babyface.
Oh,
Heel versus Babyface.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw that tweet this morning. That was incredible.
Well, thank you, Az. I'm glad it arrived there because we had some trouble shipping books out to the UK. But hopefully they've gotten that squared away, and obviously you got the artwork and the Bane book. So I'm very happy for you, and thank you.
There's another one from Cider Hype for $2. Says, any plans for original soundtracks this year? That might be directed at Dan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the question?
Any plans for original soundtracks?
Well, yeah, the Black Flag is everybody gets the mixtape that goes with it. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Oh, I see it. I see it on YouTube, but I don't see it on.
Right. That's like the comments quit scrolling in StreamYard, but they're there on the YouTube.
Yeah. So you got Cider Hype.
Yeah, we just read Cider Hype. Yeah,
that's the soundtrack. Okay. Hey, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thanks, Az, for the 100 whatever pesos.
100 pounds. 100 pounds sterling.
100 pounds.
You get nothing, sir. Good.
You'll like it.
No, that sounds amazing, Dan. Like I'm really excited. Like what got me going is Billy posted an update on his site, future plans, and so did Graham. Graham's that Joe Frankenstein's going to kick all ass. But
yeah, dude, that's gonna be fun.
But let's go see what the baby boner's got.
Baby boner.
That's you, Andy.
Yeah.
I think
baby boner.
Baby boner. Yeah, the chat just kind of froze here.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, the chat's not moving over here.
8:38.
Oh, mine's 8:38 p.m.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's like it just froze. Well, maybe Aaron can.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. Just go ahead, Andy.
I'm going to share some artwork because Aaron did. So you can show that. Nobody's actually seen this page finished. Unlike Aaron, I'm a pussy. I do all my cross hatching right here. That's all brush. I don't use a pen.
Yeah,
Kind of a wuss.
Aaron, what a pussy.
I know. No, I said I am because I use a brush.
It's all about the feel you want. It's all about the feel. That's all.
I know. I'm just kidding. But so working on Chordrath. There's going to be a follow-up, of course. I'm not good. Art, you brought up about trying to do a couple things at once, and having a good work partner and stuff. I've never been good at like juggling major projects and stuff. Like I could, doing a commission while working on Chordrath, no problem. But like trying to do a whole other project, I'm just not good at that. So for me, it's just working on Chordrath and then, continuing it from there. We're only talking 2023, but I guess the only other thing that's really on my mind as a new project, not this, is in 2025. That'll be the 25th anniversary of Drawing Dynamic Comics, and I do want to put out do a campaign for a 25th anniversary edition where I add new chapters to it and stuff. So it's obviously it's different from the original book, but for this year, it's just working on Chordrath and getting this campaign done and fulfilled. And
but just for the record, Andy, I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm just going to try to do multiple things. I think Graham and Billy are the guys that are good.
Yeah.
At it.
So
this looks fantastic, though. I mean, this looks.
Oh,
great.
thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun working on it. Hopefully it shows. And, I'm just focusing on this. It's funny because like when I work, working during the day, I don't really check social media or anything. So like at the end of today, I went and checked out a couple of the rooms that we're all in on Twitter. And I was like, oh my God, I missed so much.
I know.
But
I try to take off too. I'm the same as you, bud.
Yeah, I've been trying to do a lot more. Yeah, just kind of disconnect a little bit. Listen to music.
If I may quickly interject, Pork Hunt has a good theory. He says he thinks StreamYard is in shock about Zach. So that's why the...
that could be.
That's why the...
yeah, so...
It literally did freeze. I want to hit refresh.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not,
if you hit refresh, I think you'll bounce us all.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, don't do that.
Put on YouTube on. You have two monitors. Put YouTube on the other monitor.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth, but I'm not that good at multitasking. Like Baby Boner over here.
Oh, Randy Howell says cat fight Adriana versus Lilith. So there you go.
Sweet.
That's what it. That's what's happening. So
that's what's happening. Well, you also have, I think. For me, it was a great idea is that you can have add-ons to the D&D games and they can play your characters.
Right, and that's what we're building to is with the game module. So it's not just the Chordrath graphic novel, but there's a game module. So if you're into D&D, Pathfinder and all that, you can play the game as well. So and that's definitely more on Dennis's shoulders because he's all about the gaming side and writing the game, and he tested it over the holidays with a couple other people to actually play it out and see how the story works in the game and stuff. So,
is Dennis more like sword and sorcery, or can he write like superhero stuff, or like spy or thriller?
I don't know. I mean, we haven't. That's a good question. I know most of the short story stuff he's written has been more along the sword and sorcery vein, but he's a huge superhero fan when it comes to comics and stuff. So I would imagine he could. But
I'll tell you, if I had a friend that was a writer like that, I'd be exploiting the shit out of it. I'd be like pitching these ideas, like put a treatment together. Let's do this. Because you can start developing things with that guy. Right. And have very little time as a commitment because drawing just takes so much time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because
I mean, well, that's just it. You know, sometimes when I'm drawing this stuff, you do. And Graham mentioned this before when it came to the stuff he's written for other artists is, you know, in regards to the core draft script, it's done. You know, now all he does is once I finish the pages, like most writers, he'll look at them and then look at the script that he wrote dialogue-wise to see if anything dialogue-wise he wants to tweak or change now that he sees the art.
Do you
So
add and adjust to it? Like,
what's that?
Do you find opportunities where you're like, oh shit, I could actually make a meal of this moment. This is the right place to
Oh
do
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah.
I think I'm on page 22 or 23 now. And yeah, there's things where I'll talk to him. I'll be like, dude, I added panels here, so you're definitely going to have to do some adjustment because I want to lengthen something out or contract the scene or something.
out.
So.
Mm.
such as, you know, a shriveled up baby wiener.
It's Stretch Armstrong.
Feel self-conscious now.
But yeah, I think that's actually what I enjoy is you write your initial draft, you know, you have dialogue and everything, and then you draw it, and then there's like facial expressions, there's things that weren't written down, and
Right.
then when you come back, you start keying into things, and they start feeling more fleshed out, like it's a real person now. You know, so you're writing more to the reaction of the character. And my wife is really good at it, like just the character stuff. And so I'll give her, like, my stuff is just meat and potatoes. Like, this is the gist of what is being said, you know,
Right.
and then she'll actually create a character out of that and find a voice. And yeah, she's absolutely fantastic at that. I always just like, let's just do this, and she's like, no, this is so much better. And then I got to go, okay, we'll go down this route. Yeah, but it's always like, but make sure the point is made. That's always what I have to say, because she's from like novels, and she reads novels and stuff. And so I said, like, the point has to be made quickly, you know, because comics is very, very abbreviated, you know, unlike a novel, which is long form. And so, you know, that's always my contribution, is like editing her down a little bit, because she kind of overwrites, but she's great at it. But it's better to have more than not enough.
If I could share this too, hold on, let me share my screen again.
Oh, well, let's see what Billy has to say. Should we share it, Billy?
I don't know.
Just do it.
Billy looks like he's about to cry.
He's
I
so
said,
worried.
I'm going to share this here
I don't know.
because I trust you guys.
And
Throw me
it's
out
back.
into the street.
Billy's been burnt.
So we did create coredraft.com. So if you Google search, this will come up, and then every page has the order now. So you click on that, it takes you to the Indiegogo. This also, I mean, you guys know with Indiegogo, there's only so much you want to put on, so the page isn't just so long of scrolling. So this has the first 8 pages that you can actually read of the book as well and go through.
Cool.
So, and of course you can see the art bigger
So good.
and
Great,
stuff.
Wow, look at that. That's cool, man.
So yeah, so the website definitely has more on it. You know, because I'm doing the artist edition type book. I want to show people what some of those pages look like in the raw scans. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, that's, you know, one of the raw scans of one of the pages. So
I love that last panel.
no, thank
Those
you.
entrails, just yeah.
Oh, God. How'd you research that?
Oh, you know, just watch a couple horror movies. That's all.
Get a couple.
So yeah, so visit coredraft.com. So that's something else. We're trying to build out the website more as well, kind of like what people said in the chat and stuff. So working on that too.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. And get Dennis to work, man. Pitch him an idea and have him start writing. Take advantage of this
Yeah,
situation.
really.
I'll have to do that.
Yes.
So
All right, Mr. Nolan, what do you have for us?
Well, I've got a busy 2023 coming up because
Oh,
you
yeah,
do.
you can share my screen, my friend,
Okay.
and we'll start at the beginning because this is what's funding right now is the Ghost of Matacumba Key. This story is the linchpin that ties all of my Nolan verse together. And that includes the Shanu Alien Alamo, but it also includes my previous IPs, Monster Island and Joe Frankenstein. Now, Joe Frankenstein was originally published by IDW, and I really hated the lettering, and I wasn't too pleased with how that all worked out. But the rights came back to me and Chuck on that, so that's going to become a Compass Comics book. And this year, 2023, is the 25th anniversary of Compass Comics and the 25th anniversary of Monster Island. So next up is the sequel was published by Ominous Press about 4 years ago. And they published it as a hardcover and stuff. But I want to have the entire series done under the Compass Comics banner. So I'm going to be republishing this under the Compass Comics banner with some new stuff to it added as well.
Cool.
Because I'm going to be the setup is in the Ghost of Matacumba Key, we're going to find out how Monster Island and Joe Frankenstein connect, and then it'll be setting it up for Escape from Monster Island, which is the third part of the trilogy. So that way, now all the Monster Island books will be published under the Compass Comics banner. And,
That's awesome.
and then the same for Joe Frankenstein. Now,
Yes, look at that.
Joe is one of the lead IPs in our Spin Rack Corp company, and so I want to start doing more Joe Frankenstein stories as well. And so we're going to we're going to crowdfund it and get it relettered. I'll probably have Carlos reletter it.
This is a new cover, though, right?
No, it's the original cover.
Oh, did you get it recolored? This looks new.
No. It's Greg Wright colored it.
Okay.
Like he colors a lot of my stuff.
It's just your old eyes, Art.
It is my old eyes.
So
They've been open to the genius of Graham Nolan.
yes,
Graham
bathed in
Nolan.
the light of my genius.
Genius.
Genius, I tell you.
So we're getting ready to launch Joe Frankenstein not only under the Compass Comics banner, but as part of Spin Rack. At the end of January, we're releasing our first mobile games. These are this Comics Chaos is a match 3 mobile game, and it's going to feature Joe Frankenstein, my characters from Sunshine State, Chuck's Law Dog, and my sister Suprema. We're all going to be part of, and then there's a fighting game coming out like a week later called Comics Clash, and that's a mobile fighting game. So all those characters and Joe Frankenstein's going to be a big part of that.
What you said? The first one is match 3. Is that what you said?
Yes,
What's that mean?
that's
I have no idea.
like a Candy Crush where you have to
okay.
you have to match these 3 images and stuff, and then things blow up and things.
Oh,
happen.
okay.
And then you follow along this path that you go through the different worlds. You go through the Joe Frankenstein world, you go through
cool.
the Law Dog world, and you go through the my sister Suprema world.
Oh, okay.
You know,
And then
I had an
there's a,
idea for a
there's a
little
question.
phone app game, and I was calling it Smash or Ant Smash. And I don't know if you guys enjoy this as much as I do, but just smashing ants with your finger. And so the idea is you have the phone, right? And then the ants are just crawling, and you just kind of keep smashing them with your
Art
finger.
burns neighborhood cats, and he
That's where it
I know,
starts,
man.
It
I
works
know.
with ants.
He worked
And
up from
there
ants
was
to
a-
cats. Humans
There
are
was a
next.
question, since we don't have chat on StreamYard, there was a question in the chat for Graham from Epoch252. He says, when Aftershock goes under, will you get Girls of Dimension 13 back?
Ooh, great.
Yeah, I would imagine so, because we get it back anyway after 3 years.
Yeah.
Great.
So, yeah, so
There's
that
your
would be
answer,
perfect.
Epoch.
Yeah, that would
Hey,
be good back to Brett and I.
Replicator says 10,000 years of experience on one panel, 9,000 of them taken up by Art.
You're
How
welcome.
you doing, Rob?
Just throwing it out there.
Oh.
That's all.
You, Rob.
Well, I still got one more thing that's coming out in
Oh my
2023. This one is in development right now.
I read the
and
newsletter.
We'll be funding really soon. Now this is going to be the Shanu plushie, but this is just the first prototype design. This is not right yet. The colors aren't right. The hair is going to be, there's going to be more fur on it. So they're just showing me so they can see the figure. And then the bottom's going to be bigger so that he can sit upright on the table. And
is it going to be bloody at all? You going to like splatter blood on his mouth or something?
You could do like a Stretch Armstrong thing.
No,
with him.
but he's going to have a red heart. That's what's here in his hand, is because Shanu eats hearts.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now there's Shanu in a canoe.
Nice.
Well, a Shanu with your brew.
Ooh, Shanu holding a brew. You should put a heart in one hand and a brew in the other.
So I mean, all these colors are wrong,
gold?
and we're still working on the development of it. But I just wanted to give everybody a sneak peek of what the Shanu plushie is, basically going to be like.
Dude, if there's like stretch goals, if you hit a certain stretch goal, if you're doing it like that, then you could have, you hit a certain amount. He gets a can of Shanu brew too.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little baby can of brew.
I had one last night.
Oh,
I
saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, let me take this super chat.
Yeah.
Pork Hunt, thank you so much for the $5. Future show idea: favorite writers who were editors.
Archie Goodwin.
Yeah, that wins. Can we do like a show of writers we don't like? Oh my gosh,
Writers we don't like. Yeah, we'd be here all night.
Yeah.
Hey, this looks great, but I might have missed it. But the like gold feet, is that going to stay?
No. As I said, these are all just
Holding place.
Yeah, holding place for design elements.
Okay.
The eyes aren't going to be purple. The hair is going to be thicker.
How big is it, Graham?
12 inches.
Oh, look at that, Andy.
Wow, what a braggart.
That's the perfect size.
And the Shanu is 16.
Oh!
Oh, that's good.
Old guy humor.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Way to go, Dad.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, that looks great, man. That looks great. So we're getting into marketing and merchandising and all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah. So how about you, Mr. Tucci?
Oh, all right. Let me see if I can share.
You can share.
Yep. So here I got.
In the meantime, let's check this out.
Oh, there it is.
It's the canoe.
It's the 12 to 16 inch canoe.
Oh,
that's the 12 inch.
Okay, let's share this Chrome tab. Here you go.
All right, I don't see it. Wait, what is this? What is this?
Hey, RT Bear.
Whoa!
All right. From the Wikipedia page. All right, stop.
In my younger day, what is that?
All right. You still look great, Art. I'll go to our updates. That pop up there.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
All right. So I want to, it's our again, thanking everyone for a wonderful 2022, and we are looking forward to, just like all of us, empire builders, future masters of the universe. Looking forward to a great 2023. And leading off for us is that we've got, if I can scroll through here, you'll see we have 4 campaigns that we are launching this year.
Holy smokes.
Yep, the first one will be at the beginning of February. I'm looking at the first weekend in February. That's Saturday. Would be Zombie Sama, Dorm of the Dead.
That's excellent.
It's a beautiful cover by the incredible Renee Strinkowski, who did her cover. I mean, what a beautiful cover! I just really happy with it. Then, of course, we're doing going back to you, Dan, about omnibuses. We're going to be releasing our Shi Senryaku Omnibus Edition.
Omnibus a nut.
Omnibus a nut. What? Which I think is going to be 360-page hardcover, oversized. And then following that, of course, will be the She Gatecrasher book, which I will be all asking for some favors from you guys, as I'd love to include your characters and cameos.
Sure.
That is going to be.
So why are they crashing the gays?
It's Gate Crasher.
Oh,
Gate.
Okay, let's
Jeez.
clarify that.
All right. So, but no, that's going to be a story of my character gets trapped in comic book time through all the genres and all.
Ooh.
It's going to be a real fun book. Real fun.
Oh, that's cool.
That's for August. And then for October will be the She Return of the Warrior omnibus, because we're going to be launching our next maxi series, which will be She Yukio. And
I like that Billy is so together that he actually has release months.
Oh yeah,
I
we have
know.
one more. We have
Oh,
20,
God, you're
we're
putting
in
me to shame.
2025. We've done this. If things stay the way they're going, we'll be able to hit all because all these books are going to be at the printer before we launch.
You know what, Billy? Don't take this the wrong way, but you don't seem that organized just on these streams.
Yeah, Debbie must be. pulling
Yeah,
us in.
I think it's Deb running the show back there.
I'm the one who did all the scheduling.
Oh, but who looks up all these Japanese words you keep using in your titles? That's what I want.
Me, for God's sakes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I believe that, but the scheduling, I think, is Deb.
No, that's all me. I have a whole Crusade business plan. I'll send it all to you guys.
Oh,
My
man.
convention appearances and then with the dates of when things are being fulfilled and all. And
Well, I
Jeez,
stand corrected. That's amazing.
I get that woman to work a little harder, you know?
Oh, here we go.
Did you
Now
look around first?
Ooh.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like my friend Ben Stiller in Happy Gilmore. When he was
I was
making
about
Happy's
to remind
Grant.
everybody, Billy is a liar.
Yep, lying Billy. Here he comes. Oh
Yeah.
boy, he
Don't
got us
trust me.
again.
Oh, that's
But
right.
I
Billy's
feel
a
like,
liar.
sometimes I got to crack the whip like Ben Stiller did in Happy Gilmore with Happy's grandmother. My fingers
dang.
hurt. Oh, yeah. Well, look who just picked gardening duty, weeding duty. Anyway, but so we have these four books will be all launching this year. Not sure if we'll get the omnibus. The omnibus will ship in January of 2024. But all the rest will be fulfilled this year. So we have 3 new books coming out this year, 3 new projects coming out. And then we have a lot of, convention specials. If you see, but wait, there's more. So we're going to be doing some. I didn't know you were going to stop sharing.
Oh, did you need?
Oh.
Art's always premature.
Yeah.
How dare you?
But yeah. So, we have this also 1993 was my first year in comics. And this is the very look how bad it is. Oh my God. It's the first appearance of She when she debuted in the Razor She Annual, which I wrote a story. And there she is.
Okay.
Ah, look at that.
So we're going to be doing some fun 30th anniversary Bill Tucci stuff. It's the 25th anniversary of our Manga She 2000 book that we did back in 1997. And of course, there's me and Devitt saying thank you. But we also have, it's again, going back, 2022 was a great year. Would start off with, with Miss Fury finally being, it's my wife. Speak of the devil.
Oh, see, you talk trash. She's watching.
Yep.
She's watching. She's watching.
Always watching.
Let's just decline that. All right. No, but yeah, for Miss Fury finally coming out, the book I wrote in 2020 came out in January 2022, I think, or May. I don't know. I didn't publish it. Plus, our other books, and we also have the cool She action figure that is coming out in 2023 through Executive Replicas, and it's gonna be a good year. Lots of fun convention specials we'll do. I think I'm doing 9 Comic Cons this year.
Holy crap!
I just,
man.
I just become, I really don't want to do, but it's part of the business, Got to get it out.
Well, not as necessary as it used to be,
I
though.
know it's not.
Thanks to our friends on YouTube.
Thanks to everyone. It's not, but
Yeah. Billy likes to press the flesh.
No, I
He
don't.
does.
I gotta be honest. I love when I'm there. I am just an animal the night or two before.
Yeah.
I am I am in the worst mood, and I'm just bitter, and she yells at me, and then I get there. I'm like, God, this is cool. And just, I told you earlier, I'm a good time.
I'm the same way.
I'm a
And
good
like,
time.
like the whole house just goes crazy when I was doing shows and stuff like that. So my daughter and I were going to Austin, Texas, or something like that. So we had the staircase, and I'm bringing down all the luggage and everything. And my wife's just like, "Gotta hurry up! We're gonna be late to the airport." Just blah blah blah. We're gonna, everything's just going crazy. My daughter's like, "I forgot this." Just everything's hitting the fan. And so I swung out and I hit my foot on the edge of the balustrade of the stairs. And so I was like, that hurts. But there was just too much stuff going on, right? So we get to the airport, we get on the flight, we get to Austin. And so the promoter goes, "Okay, yeah, I want to take you guys out to dinner." I go, "I have to stop by my hotel room first." And he's like, "Okay." And it wasn't that far. So stop by the hotel room. I pull off my shoe. My foot is like this big, like it had swelled up. It's all black, and I had like these like veins coming up my leg. Like it was just like I broke like toes, and like it was bleeding, I guess. And then like you can see like these black veins coming up my leg, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And so
How did you break your toe?
Amputation.
I was kicking amputation. I was kicking out the luggage. You had the big ones that are on the wheels, and I kicked it out because it got stuck, and so it moved, but my foot kept going, and I actually kicked the balustrade of the stairs. And
Oh my
and so,
God.
And so the promoter was there. I pulled off my shoe. He's like, "Holy shit!" And we had a refrigerator in the room, and it was fully stocked. I go, "Give me a beer." And so he just my daughter opened up the refrigerator. He goes, "Dad, there's no ice. There's just these beers." I go, "Okay." So I just packed my foot in the beers.
And put it back in the refrigerator, and someone else drank your foot
So I
beer.
drank
Foot beer.
Trojan beer.
but yeah, and the funny thing is like there's always a layover in Phoenix, right? So they had the moving walkways, and so I'm carrying like all this gear. Like I always carry on all my artwork, and it's got to be like 50 pounds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I never check it in, but I always have to make it look light so I can put it in the overhead. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I do the same
it's like,
thing.
this is no problem, that kind of thing. And so I'm carrying her baggage, my baggage, and this bag. And so we're moving on those moving sidewalks, and my daughter's like, "Come on, old man, you're
dragging your broken
we're gonna miss our flight." And I go, okay, you carry this. She couldn't even lift it. So I had all that and a broken foot, and then I go, "I think you owe your old man an apology." And she goes, "Okay, I'm sorry, Dad."
Sorry, Dad. Now hurry up. We're gonna miss the plane.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're all gonna have like a great 2023. For me, I am gonna bring these bad boys back. I have this. This is what I was telling you about, like our writing, like my wife and I. And this one is titled "Eugene Takes a Sick Day." And if you read the first Chrono, you know that Eugene is a virtual program. He basically is the data bank for Chrono Incorporated. And so I am going to bring Chrono Mechanics back in 2023. So here we go. This isn't new artwork, but this will just, in case somebody doesn't know what Chrono is, this is kind of a little teaser here. So, hey, there's an Aaron Lepresti Zin right there. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. It's right.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Will you look at that? Will you look at that?
Yeah, so this is my my kind of like Hanna-Barbera meets Mobius, cartoon style. And so we're going to bring this back. We got this is some of the promotional stuff that I put together for the first campaign. So this is just giving you a little teaser on what Chrono Mechanics is. So this is Team 9.2 of Sector 7. They're teams of 4. So we have, let me go back here. So we have Oot is the caveman. We have Doug, which is the 70s rocker / slacker. We have Zin, who is intergalactic child deity, and he's worshipped, but by lower life forms in the galaxy. Only the lower life forms are dumb enough. Yeah. And so then we have Caravaggio here, and Caravaggio is loosely based on the real Renaissance Caravaggio. So one of the things is Caravaggio never really got his due in the day. He never got his claim to fame. And so I thought, what would be better than, having a frustrated artist that never got his due in the team. So I had a friend of mine say, Art, these are kind of like, like you. Like Oud is kind of like this prehistoric businessman. I used to say he was the prehistoric Donald Trump before he became the president and became a 4-letter word. But we have that, and then obviously we got the rocker guy from the 70s, and then we have Caravaggio, who's an artist, and then we have Zinn, who's a pontificator, pretty much full of shit and just says all kinds of things he thinks.
So these are all like your ids or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these are the ids of Tibert, and so we got this cool design for the mechanics here. And then we have, I put some ads together. I thought this would just help give a tone of like what Chrono is. It's pretty over the top. It's very, very fun. It's a humor book. So it's not quite in all ages. It's kind of like Rick and Morty kind of, Futurama kind of tone. So this is Albert Einstein, and we got a quote from him. And he said, Tibert makes time travel relatively fun.
Get it?
Einstein, smarty pants, scientist. Yes. And so then this was the cover to the one of the trade paperbacks we put together. So this was called Potholes in the Cosmic Road. So this is the mechanics of repairing a pothole in the cosmic road. So we're going to bring those guys back.
Is there any micropenes in this series?
Are there any, what?
Micropenes in this series?
What are those?
Andy?
Oh, let me explain.
The baby, baby dog.
The cherry tomatoes and
back to Chrono. I love that art style. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
It's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
And it's only taken Art 2,000 years to perfect his style, but he finally got there.
Yeah,
well, that's all that matters.
The way I look at it is like you just saw the tip of my creative iceberg, as Andy would probably say.
You'd say the tip of your micropene is what
my
he
micropene, yes. Mm-hmm. And so we have that. Just like with Dan Fraga, I'm going to concentrate on continuing with black and white, get that finished, make it the best damn book I can possibly do. So it's coming along a little slow, but I'm still hoping that we'll hit that deadline. So I haven't screwed up yet, and hopefully that will not happen. And then we're gonna. My wife and I are working on Chrono. Like I said, Eugene takes a sick day, and so we're working on that story now. I have I'm going to do the layouts for Chrono, but I have a really good penciler that draws in a cartoony style, and I'm going to have him kind of bring the layouts, like my little layouts to a breakdown phase, and then I can do finishes over that with inks and see if I can move a little faster. So what I'm really going to do in 2023 is I'm going to start trying to partner with people, because I do realize that I'm not an island, and I think to do multiple projects, I'm going to have to start giving up a little bit of the creative control, which is it's breaking my heart already just saying it out loud, but I'm going to have to do that. Yeah. And then I know I've been talking about this for a while, but we're going to bring back Oodles. So we're going to do a second printing. We completely sold out of the art book, Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. And so we're going to do like a portfolio with that campaign as well. So I want to do 11 by 17s. Black and white. And I'd like to do something really cool with Comicsgate, where I would do like my characters crossed over with their characters. So do something like that, but do it like high-end printing, and all black and white. And then remember like the old like Boris ones or like Neil Adams ones, they'd be in like this cool envelope, that you'd have like your 3 or 4 or maybe 6 plates in. I think they call them plates. And so I'm going to do that just to kind of keep that kind of high end collectible stuff going. And so I do have Black and White 2, which I already have plotted out. And then I want to do a black and white second printing. And a lot of people in the chat have asked for this black and white and black and white. So they like the line art. And so I'm really seriously thinking about doing a second chance in black and white.
Yes.
And what I would love to do is I don't know if you guys have seen these formats, but there's Sean Gordon Murphy put out Tokyo Ghost in 11x17 format.
Yep.
And that format is so amazing. I don't think, especially with the printing being what it is now, that it would be cost effective to do, but I would love to do the black and white in black and white as 11x17 softbound
You should talk to Eric Canetti because he did that with Arc Athena. His campaign had the book, but you could also buy it as the artwork.
It's nice too. I did.
It's very nice. I backed both of them. I'll back
my
number 3, and I'll back it the same way. Yeah, they're great.
So he actually, it was financially a good.
Like I said, talk to Eric.
I will. Yeah, I will. But that's the plans for Hatch Hack Studios moving forward in 2023. I think Billy has inspired me to put this stuff down on paper in a very realistic way and see what's actually feasible time wise and everything. So yeah, you guys, there's a lot of stuff. To look forward to from the professionals coming in 2023. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for all your support. Sorry it froze up here. I've been trying to follow you guys in
that's weird.
In YouTube. Yeah, just kind of it froze where everybody was kicking Graham. Like it just it stopped right there.
Two people.
Graham said, I'm putting an end to this now.
I think Graham's like I said, everybody. Graham's like 2 people.
2 people.
Well, 3. I count 3. So
I
I'm
see
just
3.
saying.
There's 3 Graham.
You gotta do things with 3s.
But yeah, it's been a blast, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys every damn week. So next week, are we with Graham?
The Tucci.
The Tucci.
Yep. And if it's okay, I have an American Legion general meeting. So it would be okay, guys, if we went at 8 p.m. Eastern time because the meeting's at.
It's your show, baby. So yeah.
Great.
Okay.
You make the rules.
Consider moving the date because we had moved it here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now your dates, you've got that thing every Tuesday night. So.
Yeah, it's not it's twice a week. We have twice a month. Yeah, but I'm cool with Thursdays if you guys are.
Actually, I think it's better just because the CG community is kind of used to honoring this time and date for us. And
yeah, if we bounce it to 8 for that one time.
This is a green room discussion.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm open to it, Billy. I mean,
old man Winter needs to eat dinner, is what he's saying.
I gotta go make dinner. My daughter's giving me the evil eye.
You need that freaking hot plate in your studio again, where you were making those sandwiches, those fruit.
Oh yeah, we did that the sandwich stream. Yeah, that was good. Make food again.
Yeah. Make food fun again.
And by the way, Aaron, if she's giving you the evil eye, you need to give it back and go. You go make your own dinner, woman.
That flies around here.
Said from the tiny boner baby.
Oh no, she's going back to college tomorrow. So this is like her last homemade dinner before. So
her last supper.
Exactly. Of course, she starts eating, Chick-fil-A every night.
Oh, Chick-fil-A! I'm getting hungry. All right, you guys, and thanks for all the super chats. You guys,
thank you everybody in the chat.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate your support.
Yeah. So you guys take care, and we'll see you next week on Billy's channel.
Backcord Wrath.
Backcord Wrath. Yeah!